This Metatainment production is brought to you today by the Samurai Aquatics and Decor Metaventure. Scan that QR code or click that link in the description and dive yourself headfirst into the Samurai Aquatics Discord server to pleasure your peepers on our current and future range of outdoor decor.
The Whine and Cheese Show is a Metaverse and NFT discussion and interview series brought to you by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and host BEN68 and Morecheese. Warning: the information and opinions within are solely the views of the individuals involved contains content not suitable for anyone.
G'day, and thanks for listening to or watching the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverses Show. I'm BEN68 here with my co-host Morecheese for episode number 91, recording on Friday the 13th of June for Cheese, which is Saturday the 1st of July for me.
Today, we covered absolutely nothing, but that's okay because it was fun.
Yeah, what do you want from us? After the highs of last week's show, we're going back to our roots on this one. So get ready for the worst episode ever of...
The worst show ever.
Whine and cheese. Time for wine and cheese. Wine and cheese. Time for wine and cheese. Cheese.
One is a wanker, one's like it's Thomas. One's from Australia, one's from the Bronx. Talking about the Metaverse and NFTs. Interviewing all the real crypto G's.
What?
7 even. Hello, welcome to the Whine and Cheese in the Metaverse Show. I just told Ben a joke that I have to explain.
Who's writing these fucking things? ChatGPT? God.
This is Morecheese with my co-host with the most, BEN68, is episode 91. We're still having fun. And
yes.
what the hell are we going to talk about today?
She's going to be a loose old show today. I've pulled up a few articles, bits and pieces. It's just a wild spattering of just nonsense. So it's always going to be hard to back up on last week's show, which was awesome with the guys from the X. But we'll just keep doing what we do. Is there anything in particular you'd like to get kicked off on first? We always do Upland-ish. There's not much happening in the old Upland.
I got a spark last night. I participated.
Did you?
I did. I got 0.01.
Oh, a competitive one.
Yeah, it was still exciting. Yeah, right? That's crazy.
Nice.
Unheard of, even.
Very good. I've just been naughty and flown over to Sao Paulo and blown out my Tokyo budget by minting up some collection properties. Not terribly blown out, but yeah.
Which one?
I think that's definitely one of the limited collections and a standard. So I spent about 400k. So I've kind of drawn a line in the sand with my dividends at 1.8 million, and with all the selling that I've been doing recently, that it dipped below there. So I think this is going to be my tactic for a while, is to wait until the collections are revealed, wait until the prices get boosted, so the dividends get boosted, go over, mint a set, get out of there.
Yeah, I noticed that the collections aren't going, well, some of them, I can't say all, but some of them aren't going for as much as they would, like right off the bat. So like when the collections were revealed, I was looking at Avenida Brigadier Luis Antonio, and I had 2 there, and that one's an exclusive, and they had some really great prices in fiat. Oh my god, like there was like one for like $39.
Yep, that's the game many of us are playing now, is chase the bottom on the get some money out game. Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes. Well, that's, I think there's a lot of, there's everyone's saving up for Tokyo, everyone's saving up for, what's going to happen with we're still expecting there's going to be a city release as part of this women's FIFA World Cup thing. So
that'd be so mean to you if they open up Australia and Japan at the same time.
Oh, like a dual thing. Yeah, but see, I don't give a crap about Sydney. It's going to be, if there's a city release, it's going to be Sydney.
Oh.
And I'll just say my computer's very laggy at the moment. I don't know if my device is going to crash or what's going on. So if I disappear, I'll be back when I can.
What does
Oh,
that
it's very
mean?
laggy.
Where you go?
My
Oh.
computer's very laggy, very jumpy. You keep freezing up. I assume there's something going on with
Oh,
my
you're talking
shitty
about
laptop.
right now. No,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see you as
like now.
fine. Like you're not lagging at all. Or
Well, I'm
me.
saying you are, which means my device is probably headed for a blue screen crash at
What do
some
I
stage. We'll
sound
see how we go.
like hey, hey, hey. What was that show?
Fat Albert.
No. The guy in the
Well,
TV.
he used to say, hey, hey, hey.
Hey, it's a Fat
I
Albert
love that
show.
show.
I know. I used to know the lyrics of the song. I got
Mm.
something. No, the guy Max Headstrom.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Hey, hey,
exactly.
hey.
That's kind of what you're doing.
Yeah,
You're just not Technicolor.
Technicolor.
Yes. Well, that's good. You got yourself a spark chest. Are you going to dive in deeper there, or what are you going to do?
I
One
might,
and
yeah.
done, or what?
I feel like the nighttime is the right time to do spark hunting when everyone else is sleeping or something.
One of the benefits of having an insomniac episode.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Unless there's something you wanted to dive into, I'll bring up something that popped up on my radar. I don't know if you saw this on the old Twitler.
Whitlaw.
Twitler. Let me see here. YK 2012 Upland Guide. Yesterday or the day before, he posted this. Spotted in the metaverse, a brand new factory in Upland. Totems are coming to Upland. Yada, yada, yada. So, yes, the Totem Factory is up.
Wow.
19034 Gold Street, Los Angeles. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to go over there and see what do these totems actually look like. Because we've seen the giraffe-looking llama. Was that the Genesis totem? Oh, yes. There you go. Look, I'm on flight en route back from Sao Paulo. And click on here, but they're not manufacturing nothing. So it was a bit of a wah, wah, wah.
Aww.
I was hoping to get a sneaky peeky, but no.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks. I
It
don't know
does suck.
where this is. Yes. That's all I've been doing in Upland is doing my flippage and
Did
trying
that
to get my
say
divs back.
Vandalay Industries right next to it?
Where? Vanda one?
Vandalay.
Come on, Costanza.
What do you do? I import, not export. Okay, I import and
Import,
export.
yeah.
They're right there.
Gosh.
Van Alden. All right. I thought it said Vandalay. To the right,
Yes,
to the right. Okay.
we'll have to keep an eye on that one. See how that pans out. Have you played around in the cafes?
I have not yet.
I have tried several times on mobile. It just will not connect. It crashes the device. And I just tried before on my laptop. And I don't know if it wasn't, maybe it was because I wasn't in San Francisco. I tried to click on the San Francisco cafe and it wouldn't, it was like the button was not responsive at all. So I don't know. I don't know if you have to be in the city. I guess that would make sense. You got to send to the property before.
Where is the cafe?
Oh, they're all over the place. There's heaps of them.
Wow. Where was I? I feel like this just happened.
Yeah, it's been talked about for a while. The Nowhere partnership.
All right, I gotta go visit some cafes then. I'm supposed to be on top of this.
Yes.
What's wrong?
You haven't got Uplando to boost off of on this show.
I know. Take it away, Uplando. Where are you?
Any other real Upland news that's on my radar is, of course, the neighborhood ratings. Now, it is the 1st of July here for me. So, yeah, it seems very clear that Howard Beach is going to take this month.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Century City it's actually, on the data, it looks like it's not far behind. But when you consider how much work it takes to boost that little number, it's quite a lot of work. So that's quite a fair ways behind. And then Midtown Terrace, of course, is pulling up number 3. We are currently having another deal with Midtown Terrace. We did the residence thing. Now we've got a secondary one. If you stack up your residential property with decor and send me a screenshot of that, you'll go into the running for a draw for the YouTube podcast. Next week's show, we'll do a draw for that. Only had about 5 or 6 people DM me that through. So chances are, if you are a Midtown resident and you send me a screenshot, yeah, pretty good chance for some prizes. So see what happens.
That's cool.
But yes, expecting July, we kind of did a bit of a campaign to get people to put their residents into Midtown Terrace just to see what happens. So that's what boosted our score. I expect we'll drop back to probably 6th, 7th place. I think before we did that, we were kind of neck and neck with Red Hook. Have to wait and see.
I need to put some decor on my stuff in Midtown.
Yes, so we'll see what happens. But yes, that's June, July, Century City. It'll be interesting to see how far Hell's Kitchen can get. I know there's a few folks from Century City who went to Midtown Terrace because they figured they weren't going to beat Howard Beach, so they may as well get themselves a free Samurai Surfer statue. There was a few people from Hell's Kitchen, pretty much a wide spattering jumped in now. It will be interesting to see how that's all going to play out once it's node versus node for the secondary ones. Be interesting to see how that plays out because obviously the alliances or whatever, it gets a bit more tricky to manage once you're doing node v node, which I'm not a fan of, but
yeah, I like how they have.
Love it.
Well, I don't know, to be honest. Like, I know not a lot of people do like helping each other. I like that they have 2 separate ones, but I don't know how you can participate in both. Like if you're vying for that and then you're helping someone out, you have to kind of decide. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. There's people have found ways to game the system a little bit with there's a part of the algorithm, a part of the score is tracking the sales in the hood or in the node.
Oh.
And that's being gamified on the back end by some of these groups. So that's not a route. That's not a route that I'm going to go down chasing these sort of things. And it's all been done within the terms of service. It's been done in game. They're just burning up fees basically. So as I said, not something I'm going to be interested in pursuing, but we'll see how he goes. One thing I am going to try and do is I've been going through my list to try and find more stuff to sell. And I'm starting to get down to slim picking. So I'm going to actually itemize, what is not for sale. So, I've got all the UDU node properties. I'm going to have, Midtown Terrace, 300 or however many I've got. I'm going to itemize it right out. So, I keep looking at my my overall property count thinking, I need to sell another 1,000, but that might not be realistically possible. With all the UDU properties I've got 1,000 Portage Parks and node properties here, there, and everywhere. I might not actually have that much trash to part with.
You would need to save up for another kind of like another tier 1 and go for the really cheap stuff and then flip it again. Like wait a few months and then flip it again.
I'm done with that game. I'm done buying.
But look how much it bought you. Look how much it got you.
Yeah. At least for the short term. I'm saving for Tokyo, and I'm also still flipping for USD. So I don't know. We'll see how we go. I'm not tied. I'm not married and tied into any one strategy. So yeah, it's definitely served me well.
It's good to have several.
Yeah, it served me well in the past. That strategy, buying up the floor.
Very well.
Very well. Yes. See how we go.
I'm distracted because I'm putting some awesome crap on in my Midtown Terrace properties. Yeah. Tell me to stop, Ben.
Yes.
Freaking hair.
I still haven't broken the San Francisco factory yet. I thought it would be done by now, but some of these seatings take a bit longer. The spark error is a bit higher on that, so I still got to move a bunch of stock.
Yeah, it'd be so cool.
I see this.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to switch gears. So, what were you going to say?
I'm going to say, like, I can't wait for them to let people like use Spark on the factories. Like, wouldn't that give a big boost and use case for Spark if other people can, use it to help other factories out, or like do it via directly the factories? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can spark on other people's buildings now, so those, at least the base mechanics are there.
Yeah.
I was thinking, why aren't they doing it? And I was thinking, well, maybe it's because there's no way to monetize that. But they're doing it with construction now, and there's no way to monetize that except for the private deals that go on. I'll rent my Spark for, I think it's low as 170 UPEX per day or something silly I saw.
Oh,
so maybe they want an official way to do it.
Well, you just got us into another story. Well, like an official way. What if they're planning on bringing out their own Spark exchange?
I think they kind of put the kibosh on that and palmed it off to the community.
Yeah.
Because we know there's another Spark kind of, what do they call it? A partnership Spark exchange on the way. Is that House of Spark? I believe that's on the way. There's some other ones. Yeah, we did.
Remember last year at the Genesis week when, I don't know if it was Darkery Dan, but Stosh was on the stage, and they said, well, why should we help you if we're just going to be competing with you later on?
And that's everything. How could you say that? That's stupid.
No, but that means that they just, like, they gave us an inkling of an idea that they're going to be putting out their own Spark exchange as well.
Yeah, but then yada yada yada. A few months later, Mossy Jakes and that team Spark exchange come online. So, and then they kind of, it seemed like they palmed it off to them. So I don't know.
We'll
and then
see.
There's all this drama that's kicked off with that whole thing. So
yeah,
who knows? Yes.
Anything you want to say about the drama
with Mossy Jake and all of that whole thing? I think we've talked about this ad nauseum on this show. There's the way to go about things that's constructive, and there's the way that isn't. At the end of the day, only Mossy knows why he put that up the way he did. I mean, you and I talk shit. I'm Australian. I can talk shit with the best of people. But there's a time and a place, and a public forum's not the time or the place.
No.
So yeah, I mean, only he knows what his motivations were for that. Fuck around and find out. I don't know what to say. What do you say? Yeah. You could talk about it to death, but like I said, at the end of the day, only he knows what his motivations are for that. I hope everyone just pulls through. I don't know Squall. I have no relationship to Squall at all.
I met him in Genesis week. He was very nice. Yeah. We had breakfast, actually.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody was to say that about me to my face, I'd laugh it off because it's, it's a personal thing. But if somebody's shit talking to you like that behind your back, I mean, we've been through all of this with the UDU, all the shit talk, all of the, somebody sends you DM, oh, such and such is saying this about you in such and such. I mean, it's just a dirty game. Everybody comes out covered in shit.
That. See, I'm all right. Yeah. So I've told you before, I never want to be the cause of anyone's sadness. Unless you're attacking me like in public for all to see, I'm not gonna even really care if you say things in a private server about me. I agree with you on that. It sucks because I did use his stuff. He has a purple dot in Midtown Terrace, so it's kind of like it sucks when this happens. You never want anyone to go through this, especially someone you've dealt with in the past. But at the same time, there is a decorum. There is kind of like, you're not going to go to, like my husband's friend got sacked because they found they monitor all the Slack chats in their company, right? And they found her talking about the CEO, and they fired her the next day. from a private
Yeah.
conversation. And that was private. It was like a DM, but they were able to see it because she was on using their program.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it goes back to my point where only Mossy knows what his motivations were. I can't imagine he didn't think that was something was going to happen with it. So, I don't know. Yes, as I said, I know you've seen me do this on Discord, on Twitter before, where people are talking shit about you. I'm like, mate, if you want to talk shit, just tag me.
Yeah,
I don't mind. I'll be part of the conversation. I love that. I get off on that stuff.
Then Sid called you as see you next Tuesday.
And everybody freaked out, and I was just laughing. I'm Australian, mate. The more you swear at me within context, the closer relationship we are.
Oh my God.
We don't say hi, mate, to our actual mates. You say far worse than that. So, yeah, I mean, it's, as I said, it's a time and a place. It's it's just one of those things. I hope it all pans out because there's a lot more people that are involved than just Mossy himself.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. Exactly.
Yes. Who knows?
Thoughts and players.
But yeah, it does very much seem like a fuck around and find out kind of situation. But, and that's all I've got to say on that. Because, like I said, I think we've spoken about this ad nauseum on the show. There's ways to do constructive feedback, but that wasn't even constructive feedback. That was just, that was just shit talking, and that shit talking's fine. We do it all the time, but if you want to shit talk somebody, tag them, get them involved. That's my advice.
Don't tag me, please. Don't tag me.
Well, you've said that before. Don't put me in that tag.
Don't put me in that
tag. Tag me. I love it.
Just tag Ben. Tag Ben.
I can shit talk with the best of them. And you've seen me do this in different chats. Well, I just laugh. The worse it gets, the more I laugh. Until it starts getting, if you start involving family and that sort of things. But if you just want to shit talk about me, I love it. Bring it on.
Yeah, it's hard. Like yeah, it's just hard. It's just no way to really talk about it without. We should have had Mossy here for a quick 5 minutes to say his piece.
I'm sure it'll come out. Who knows? These things, it'll come out in the wash.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I wish everybody the best,
including
that's all you can old do. Mate Squall.
Yeah, Squall. We had it was the last day in Vegas, and it was me, Solly. One person wasn't with us because they got way too wasted the night before, but that's another story.
Juicy.
Boulder, Uplando, TML, and Squall. So it was a action-packed breakfast.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. All right. It's probably going to be a short show today because I've got 2 metric cubes of rocks being delivered that I got to move. So we'll blitz through some articles and we'll get you out of here nice and early today.
Just a shout out to your daughter. Happy birthday, Kira.
Yes, we sat around the fire last night and, had some pizza. I ate way too much pizza and then they busted out the cake and I was like, oh, what the hell?
Why not?
My dietary budget for the week has been blown. Might as well have some cake too. So, but I'll sweat it out the next 2 days. Like I said, I got 2 cubes of rocks to move. So, I'll be a sweaty beast.
Yeah, you showed me some pictures. Your family looks very elegant. How do you say eloquent? Like very fancy. Like I'm
fancy.
I'm used to Sunday dinners where everyone's yelling over each other to speak, and to get someone's attention, you throw like a freaking salt shaker at them or something, and your kids were just like, we're so fancy.
We're sitting around the backyard and busted up lounge chairs, having a fire, eating some pizza. I don't know if that's very sophisticated.
Well, to me, it is.
Yes.
Looks like fun time. It looked like a fun time.
It was good, and it was a nice cold night too. It's been for here. It's been super cold the last couple of weeks, so it was nice actually.
It is 97 degrees right now, and it's still early.
All right, let's do some articles. As I said, there's not much to touch on, and this is just a wild shebang mixed bag of stuff that I managed to find in the mad scramble to get ready for this morning. It's me, Mario. I hate the metaverse. Metaverse can suck it. Nintendo sees potential in the metaverse, but thinks it's gonna be difficult. And we did cover this. Remember, we covered this a while back, where there was a Q&A session. Well, apparently there's another one. There's been another one. So yes, Nintendo recently held its latest general meeting of shareholders. I think this was like the exact same thing that we covered for the last one. And while many queries of broken cheese, she's dead. I'll carry on. She's freaking turning purple. My God. Don't have a fit there in the background. While many queries were understandably aimed at the lengthy lifespan of the Switch and its inevitable successor, blah, 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 one attendee seemed particularly interested in Nintendo's thoughts on the metaverse. It's okay, though. Don't start sweating just yet. Nintendo's president, Shuntaro Furukawa, expressed a rather vague interest in the concept of the metaverse, but ultimately stated it would be difficult for Nintendo to approach at this moment in time. I think that's what they said last time.
I was waiting for you to say, it's okay. It's okay, though.
We're going to get cancelled. Is this like
cultural
appreciation?
That was so good.
We got to get out of jail free card. Thank you.
I'm sorry. You broke me. Keep going. I'm so sorry.
I can't get cancelled. So the question was, recently the concept of the metaverse, where multiple unspecified users can play together in a shared virtual space, has emerged. What do you think about this? And old mate said, although the enthusiasm may not be as high as before, the metaverse continues to capture the attention of many companies around the world, and I think the concept has potential. But though we sense its potential, we also believe it will not be easy to clearly define what kinds of fun and surprises it can provide to consumers. We might consider something if we can find a way to express it with a Nintendo-like approach, which is to say, one that is easily understood by many consumers. But I believe that this would be difficult at the present time. Yeah. So it doesn't seem like their stance has changed on that at all since the last time they talked about it.
You know what would be so great? If they created a metaverse, VR, and we can jump onto these like Nintendo things and then jump forward to slide down the pole and then like jump to jump on a turtle. People will probably get really hurt, but it sounds like a lot of fun.
Well, it's weird because, when I had Keanu on the show last time, his whole thing that he talked about was how Japan's primed to take on all of this metaverse stuff. And we talked about Nintendo World in Universal Studios Japan. You buy a bloody thing that has a code on it. You do exactly what you said. There's all these games and physical challenges you do, and you ding your scanner and you get your points and you can check it on the screen and you get these little, it essentially looks like NFTs, but it's kind of like mission cards. And it has Yoshi with the different colored eggs and all of this sort of stuff. So it's all primed for it. It's just they're not taking that next step for whatever reason. So
I would love that, like a live action Mario.
Yeah, like I said, when we're on the what is it, the go-kart ride? What is it, Mario Kart ride? There's plenty of ways that could all be gamified with NFTs and stuff. So I don't know. It seems like a lot of these people, they're already in the kind of space. They're just not taking that next step. Yeah. I'm pretty confident that they'll get there eventually. So I don't know. All right, let me just save some of these. Let me save some of these website addresses before I leave on. Otherwise, if my computer does crash, I'll lose everything.
Well, while you're doing that, are you playing any of the Layer 2 stuff, like the Upland Kingdoms?
No, mate. When am I going to get the time to do any of that? I'm report writing at the moment. That's just taking up all my time.
Because you can play both of those on your phone.
It's not that I don't want to. It's not that, it's the technology's holding me back. It's just time. I just don't have any time. My report writing for work, I am using ChatGPT like a fiend to assist with that. It's been monumental, and the more I use it, it's so interesting to find its quirks. Like I've set up a bunch of models and inputs. What are you trying to disappear?
I'm trying to make it so that it looks like the hand is strangling me.
Oh my god. Your fantasies are playing out
Look,
again.
right there, right there.
Yes.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
All right, keep
Yeah,
going.
I've set it out so, I do all this background information and I just put it in ChatGPT, and it's like I throw ChatGPT a whole bunch of puzzle pieces and then it sends me the puzzle back. But it's so funny to find its quirks. Like
Yeah.
it starts fluffing things out too much. I'm like, oh, you're fluffing things out too much. And it goes, oh, whoops, sorry about that. And it condenses it more.
Nice.
Or, yeah, it's got so many real funny quirks. It's been really fun to play around with it. So if you're not playing around with ChatGPT, you should, because it's super fun, super interesting. And what it can do is freaking mind blowing. All right, this next one seems pretty dodge. I thought the what do we call it? The title sounded pretty cool, but then I sneaky peeked down a bit and it looks shit. So we'll see what happens.
Nocap Meta leverages Metaverse to feel thrill of the dream car for customers.
Nocap Meta. Have you ever heard of Nocap Meta before?
No.
Sounds super ruggy. Nocap Meta. Oh, did you see Pepe 2 is being released now?
Pepe 2? Wow, why?
I saw all these I was on Twitter last night having a look before bed, and there's all these memes getting shared about Pepe 2 is going to be the next big thing. I mean, gosh. People are making millions off just idiots. So don't be one of the idiots. Not financial advice, not anti-idiot advice. Nocap Meta is leveraging the metaverse to take this emotional connection to the next level. Its automobile metaverse offers a unique experience for automobile enthusiasts around the globe, allowing them to engage with their favorite brands in a new and exciting way. But then you look at the picture just looks shit.
What do you want it to look like? Well, I mean, if they're gonna make us feel a powerful emotional connection, then yeah, it does look like shit. I'm just reading the sentence there.
Well, I'll just go off. We've got this already. Spatial Elijah. Remember, Elijah took us into his thing and he showed us the car, and
yes, that looked
even
really
that
cool.
looked better than this.
You're right. You're right.
So compared to that, and this is its own standalone metaverse project for cars, and this is the standard that they've come out with. So,
jeez,
I don't know what caught your eye for the rest of it.
Oh, recognizing the powerful emotional connection. So forget it. Go on.
What?
Nothing, forget it. I was using that sentence to say if they're trying to make a powerful emotional connection, it looks like crap.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nocap Meta is creating a new way to experience the thrill of automobile fandom. Understanding the importance of narrative and brand value in addition to features and build quality, Nocap Meta is leveraging the metaverse to take this emotional connection to the next level. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Provides a sense of freedom. It gives individuals the opportunity to drive a seat of their dream car. We've covered this for ages. Like there's a bunch of car companies. Remember they did, I forget who it was. It might have been Mitsubishi or somebody did those ads where they were talking about how you could work out of your car and you could live in your car, and it was hilarious. We did that way back in the day. I even clipped that out. Metaverse promotes social interaction, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, this is all a big fizzler, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know why I clicked on it. I thought it sounded good, but
well, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the wine and cheese. The wine and cheese. Wait,
as I said, this is gonna live up to the worst show ever this week. So we'll skip that one. Now this one.
Oh yeah, this one's gonna be a good one.
This one's gonna save the day, I think. Not really, but we'll see how we go.
Impact of Metaverse on the real estate sector. Ooh, I hope they say Upland.
No, this is the in real life real estate sector they're talking about.
All right, all right.
So remember, we had that I always blank on the project. We had that project on the Solana project that showed like the in-house sort of stuff, and at the time I was like, this is going to be amazing for if you're wanting to build a house or if you want to renovate your house, you can go in and see exactly how it's going to look and
Yeah.
easily move things around and different paint colors and whatnot. Um, yeah, so I would assume it's going to be tied to that, but let's fuck around and find out.
Is that going to be the title of our show?
Why not?
Why not?
The buzzword of recent times has finally made its mark on one of the oldest and relative conservative sectors, real estate. Metaverse or virtual world or space existing in the real realm of the internet where people like us can interact and engage in social activities in a non-physical space. Interestingly, the metaverse, when combined with real estate, can optimize time and effort and increase efficiency for all stakeholders involved in the sector. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's really good. While a traditional buyer would invest his money only after a physical verification of a property, the metaverse use case of real estate would surely help a buyer to optimize the entire process of buying a property. As a starter, it can help such a buyer in shortlisting prospective properties by experiencing a virtual yet very realistic tour of such properties without having to visit them. Yeah.
That's really
I'm sure it's this. Yeah, I'm sure it's the same in the States now with all of the real estate sites. I know when we bought our house, you'd spend days researching on the internet, and there's plenty of places you'd look at, and especially coupled with Google Maps, where you can drop the little dude down and do the screeny look around.
Yeah.
We knocked off, dozens upon dozens of properties because there was something when you were going through that process that it just wasn't cool. Gone are the days where you could just do a fancy description and that'd get you in. So,
well,
and it's really cool too to see like I think we have realestate.com.au here, and you could look at like my house, but you can see the history of every photo that's been uploaded for the history that this property's been for sale. So if it's been for sale several times, which ours has, and it's been through at least two versions of Renovation Cowboys, you can see exactly what they did and how they did it.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting.
Well, like in my experience moving from New York to Arizona, it was not easy because we couldn't really go to the place and see, the layout. Yeah. So we had to go based off of the video tours. What they would do is they would walk through, some of the apartments, and they would walk through the whole place, showing you everything. I thought that was really freaking cool. Like if you can imagine putting on like a VR and walking through yourself, kind of like taking your hands and opening up the closet, see how much space you have, opening up, like that would be really freaking cool.
Yeah, it's always a bit tricky, those things. Like you never know, especially like they'll go and visit that property before the train goes roaring past or something. There might be a train right outside the door, but they don't do it when the train's there. Or don't film that big piss stain in the corner. Let's stay away from that.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes. This way you could like go everywhere you want to.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way to airbrush it out too. And look, my lappy is straight around here. I know when we looked at our property too, we were looking at the backyard pictures, and they must have painted the grass because when we got here, half the grass was all dug up and brown. But if you looked at the pictures, the grass looks like fluorescent green almost.
Wow, so. Computer, like, yes. Yeah, wow.
Yes. All right. So, yeah, I think this is going to be cool. The use case of Metaverse with real estate is not just limited to property buying, selling experience, but it can also be extended to larger issues like town and urban planning. Yep, we've seen a bunch of cities, towns embrace the Metaverse for specifically that point, wherein planners can evaluate the development plans for the future by creating an augmented reality of the proposed plan. I think that's one of the next big steps that's going to take place too, is the whole augmented reality aspect where, if you want to renovate your kitchen, You can go on to these websites. You know, you might be able to do a metaverse experience where it's virtual reality, and you can look at different layouts. Or old mate or the old Sheila can come around and show you what it looks like with, you know, some kind of augmented reality thing live within your home. So
I would love that, to see like different paintings on the wall, see how it looks before you actually do it.
Absolutely. That's definitely happening, I reckon. So the way forward is extremely important that all stakeholders accept the fact that this fusion is inevitable. What have we been saying, Cheese? All along in the history of this show, this stuff is inevitable. There's somebody on Twitter yesterday saying, "Oh, Web3 is just a buzzword. You know, it's all going to shit." Yeah, well, the internet was a buzzword at one stage.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
People having their own personal computers was thought of as just madness way back in the day.
Thing.
Yeah, so
to go into 64-bit from 32-bit.
Yep.
That's where I made my money.
Oh, nice. Everything starts off as buzzwords, and then it just becomes household words.
Yeah. I remember the first time I read about that in a newspaper. It was in the early 2000s, and it's like, oh, everyone's going to be on 64-bit soon, and everyone's like, no, that's just for big corporations. FiOS, fiber optics. Oh, way too expensive to be inside people's houses.
Yep.
Inevitable.
Yes. All right. Speaking of metaverse real estate, the next one. Take it away.
Metaverse virtual properties have seen over 90% decline in the past year. Is the fad finally fading? Hell no. Go out and scoop some of that blood up.
This is interesting for a couple of reasons, this article. So it talks about, we'll dive into it and then we'll get to my point. A while ago, the metaverse was heralded as the next digital frontier. However, the once celebrated virtual reality faces significant challenge and its future hangs on a thread. Doom and gloom. Looking at recent figures, it is apparent that interest in the possession of virtual lands and assets has diminished dramatically. Revenues have nosedived, coupled with a shrinking number of active traders, and the future of the metaverse appears increasingly uncertain. A study by CoinGecko, which was published a few days ago, shows that popular metaverse properties like Other Deeds, The Sandbox, Decentraland, Somnium, and Voxels have depreciated significantly between January 1st and May 24th, 2022.
What the hell, CoinGecko?
That's my point that I want to get to. Upland is never mentioned in any of these large stream comparisons, and there's a nice graph here. Top metaverse land prices. It shows the price in 2022 and 2023. It has, like I said, Other Deeds, The Sandbox, Decentraland, Somnium, and Voxels. I don't think I've ever even heard of Other Deeds. I was just
going to say that. What the hell is Other Deeds?
But then it had the highest metaverse land price in 2022 at 7.5 Ethereum. That's since dropped down to 1 Ethereum. So I don't know. Cheese. Why is Upland not in the mix? Because it's not Ethereum based. Seems to be the reason. How is this going?
I just want to say one thing. It's really smart what Upland is doing. It's not on the blockchain, but it has the EOS blockchain, but it has a way to transfer your stuff to ETH. So you have the best of both worlds.
That's kind of my point with this. Like, how is that Ethereum bridge being opened? How is that going to come into the mix here? Like, are we going to see an Ethereum price being put up for Upland stuff? Because that's not going to be a true reflection of the market. Because anything you're not going to send your burner properties over to be sold on OpenSea. That makes no financial sense. If you've bought something in Upland for $2, you're not going to pay $20 to move it there.
Yeah. Well, the price varies with gas.
Yeah, but then exactly. But if say they were to put the 2024 price up and Upland was on this graph, that's not going to be a reflection of the true market.
No, it's not.
So the entry level price for Upland properties is a couple of dollars.
Exactly. And that was another point I wanted to make. Like these places that have like a universal bottom is set to fail, because it's like in a place where you can't really choose the prices, or an open market like Upland is. We complain about it all the time, but we're very lucky to be able to decide our own prices with a minimum of $3.
Yep, absolutely.
That is true market.
So what's the Ethereum price? It's about 1,900 roughly, so times 0.16. So you're talking an entry level price. The bottom of the market on this one is $300 for this voxels one. That's the lowest price there. 300.
And that's probably for like the bare minimum of what you need to actually do anything there.
Yeah, that'd be the equivalent of a burner property in whatever this metaverse is. So why is Upland not in the mix? I can only assume it's because it's not Ethereum based.
Yeah. And it's good it's not in the mix. It's its own entity, it's its own thing.
Yeah. Yeah, so it goes on to say to quantify the extent of this decline, recall that at the peak of the NFT bull market, Metaverse land cost up to 7.5 Ethereum. That was the floor price on other deeds. But then, you could say that about Upland as well. There's been several properties that have sold for $10,000 or more. But then that's not a reflection of what the true market is.
Well, yeah, it's like art. It's like the price is in the buyer's eyes. They're going to decide what the property is worth and what it's not worth. But here's the thing. Like if their bottom is 7.5 ETH and then it goes down to 1, that's way more of a decline than you can ever get in Upland.
Yes, that's a good point. Yeah,
because like if you buy something for $10 in Upland and it goes down to $3, that's only $7 you're losing, not 7,000.
Yeah, and it's like I said on the UDU podcast too. If you're gobbling all these undermints up at $3, that's the lowest price you can go. So the risk there is that there's two risks: that Upland just ceases to exist as a product, or that they reduce the minimum sell price, which I don't think they will, but see what happens. It says here, in 2023, things have taken an ugly turn as floor prices dropped drastically. Recent reports also revealed that a mere 20 to 30 people buy and sell property per week in Decentraland, compared to tens of thousands in Upland.
Wow. 20 to 30. They suck.
Yeah.
Upland's great.
Yes.
Wait, that's like the honeycombs.
A freaking cave woman.
Yeah. They're not
Decentraland bad, Upland good.
My Upland's good. Yeah. They're not bad.
Apologies, sickos. We're melting down here. What is the cause of the metaverse decline? There are quite many factors contributing. Blah, blah, blah. Recently, there were reports that Meta pivoted away. Yeah.
But I can't get over that. 20 to 30 people. That's such a nothing burger.
Yeah, it is nothing.
What the fuck?
And yet they get all of the publicity, all of the, Yeah, if there's 20 or 30 people and 5 of them stop playing, that's pretty significant.
That is. Yeah. Like, what are they like? Are they? I don't get it. Well, who's playing? Like celebrities?
I don't know. I really don't know, Cheese. I don't know how it's so weird. It's like you say, on one hand, it's good that Upland's not in the mainstream attention because we can just all keep quietly building and stacking and, planning or whatever. But come on, we got to get some shine eventually.
I mean,
do you think it's going to be like a hallelujah moment that everyone's going to go like, oh, duh, why didn't we think of that? But then they're 5 years behind.
Did you see that beautiful display? No. Did you see that beautiful advertisement they have in New York?
No.
You didn't? Oh, it's so grand. No. I'm going to have to go there and get it and share it.
Was it on Twitter or somewhere?
Yes.
Where'd you see it?
Twitter. Here it is. Here you go.
I'm too captured in my little bubble of fudsters on Twitter. I just love reading all the FUD.
Oh, that makes one of us. Look at this. Look at this huge. And this is in a very big area. This is in a very big area in New York.
This awesome view from Times Square. Wow, that is cool.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. This is amazing. Amazing. And then it's above everything else. This is where I want my money to go. This is where I want, the advertising to be.
Nobody in that picture seems very interested, though.
Well, they're New Yorkers. It's nighttime. They're probably coming home from work or something.
That's an interesting contrast. But yeah, that's cool. Nice. All right.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see.
Honeycomb say.
Wait and see.
All
right. What did we just covered that, didn't we? Metaverse land prices. Yes. All right.
Chops and applesauce.
All right. Let's switch gears here. What? What's that from?
It's from the Brady Bunch. They were having somebody over for dinner, and they were trying to talk like him. And they were like, "What are we having for dinner?" And they were like, "Pork chops and applesauce."
Applesauce. I remember that for some reason. All right. Speaking of sauce, how generative AI is reshaping the landscape of the metaverse. Now,
how does that have to do with sauce?
I don't know. Swish however, we can do whatever the fuck we want.
That's true. All right, I get it now. This technology opens up the new opportunities for not just human interaction and entertainment, but also in education.
Yes. Now, we've spoke about this. Remember Dirk or Idan, one of those two, poo-pooed the idea of AI in some capacity, and we thought, that's taken out of context because AI it's destined to head it because it's just so complementary with everything. So,
do you think that they misunderstood the question?
Yeah, there's something lost in the translation, whether it was the question or the answer. Yeah, there's some. Yeah. I can't imagine that's the founders' take on AI and the metaverse because it's just look at what we covered with the X.
It's ignorant the project to think that way.
It would be. Super it would be scary if that was their really truly held beliefs. Then that would be scary because that's just dumb. Basically, it's just dumb.
Yeah,
we've seen what the X is doing with AI. It's all headed that way.
I think they misunderstood the question in the AMA because then we found the article where they were all for it.
Yeah, I think so too. So especially like the education part, that fits perfectly with Upland. If you join Upland, the barrier to getting up to speed with everything is monumental. Yes, they can have a mission system and that, but it's not. There's still a lot of knowledge that you need to navigate the mission system, and to set something that up in text is a lot of freaking work to keep updated. But if you have some kind of AI system built in with it, where it's a Q&A AI bot basically.
Yeah.
I think somebody in general was asking. They asked Banana, or it might have been you, was it? That you were talking. I saw you were talking about. Have you got an updated travel map? And Banana's like, dude, I'm not even attempting that now because it just looks like a giant. I think Grom said it looks like a bowl of spaghetti or something.
It's spaghetti. It's spaghetti.
Throw a bowl of spaghetti on the plate, and I believe YK2012 has a Discord bot where you can type in where you are and where you want to go, and it gives you the routes and all that sort of stuff. But cool. Something like that within the actual app, it has to head that way. It has to.
Yeah, because if you go anywhere near New York, you're gonna get lost. I mean,
it's a mess.
It's a mess.
They need, especially in that area, that Queens, Bronx area. No, is it Queens and Brooklyn? That's close together. That whole area, it needs a red line for the city, the outer city line. and then your neighborhood lines could
Oh,
be black or something. It needs to be
a different
distinguished.
view. A different view. You know how you have the view of the buildings? What if they had a different view for train maps? Oh,
Yeah,
Cheese
or
is so
something like that.
smart. Yeah, like you take off the other view and you put on this view, and it, like you said, it tells you the red line,
Yeah.
black line, whatever.
Because you're an experienced player. You've been playing Upland, what now? 3.5 years or something? And even you've been at city releases and you're like, oh shit, I'm still at the train station.
Yes,
I didn't know I was supposed to go to the next part. So
over in Porto. I
yeah.
missed the whole opening because I didn't know I had to take a freaking train. I was like,
Yeah,
"Yay, I
so
got here!" And then the expansion to Sao Paulo, I almost
yeah.
missed that, but someone was like, "No, you got to take a train out there, so you have to get out." And I was like, "Oh, all right."
Yeah, and you're an experienced player. So what's a new person coming in? What hope have they got of getting their mind around it? Especially if they're not on Discord or whatever.
I had another great idea. Remember when the UDU had the UDUA, and we used to
Yep.
mentor the new players, and we would take them under our
Mentors and
wings.
mentees.
Yes,
Yep.
I think Upland should actually do this, where they have like it's like a moderator gig, but it's a mentor gig, and it has another
Paid
color.
mentor.
Well,
Yep.
I don't know, because like we're not really getting paid for being cute yet.
Well, that's the thing. There's plenty of people that do that within the Discord.
I think
Uplando's famous for that. YK 2012, Lily. There's a whole bunch of people that do that.
give them a role, give them like a
Yeah.
title. Like some
Yep.
people will try harder just for a role,
Yep.
just to have that there. And if they make it something that is like maybe lime green, something that they can see that, oh, okay, this person's a mentor, like I'm allowed to go up and ask them some questions. I think it would be great.
Yeah. But again, that's once you're in the Discord kind of community. But if you're not in the Discord community, we need some kind of in-game AI mentor or something within that too. So nothing is ever going to be as good as like a mentor that's, say, you is going to be far more superior than a mentor that's an AI mentor, because it can't possibly have all the nuances of all the information and experience that you've built up over the last 3 years.
I just got another idea. So let's say people who sign up to be mentors, let's say I'm in San Francisco and a new player comes to San Francisco, or I'm in LA, vice versa, same thing. And they're like, here are the mentors in this area that you're able to DM with questions.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yep. Or your block explorer floating around, it could have a different colored badge.
Oh, like
an
M on it.
Some way to distinguish
like an M. Yeah, something. Big M.
Yes. So, all right. Cool. It says here, generative AI gives the metaverse a much needed upgrade. I believe so, yes. There was much interest in the possibilities around metaverse capture during the pandemic, as people were looking for more meaningful ways to connect with each other. However, since then, the hype around the metaverse has declined. As it turns out, the latest technology to capture public attention, generative AI, can play a significant role in empowering interactions and development of the metaverse. The creative applications of generative AI can fill in for the huge demands for content that developers need to create in virtual worlds with 3D assets. Ooh. Okay, 3D assets. That's interesting.
Okay.
I thought they were just going to.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead. I'm just making fun of you.
Sounds like, what's his name? Drugs are bad, okay?
Yeah.
Generative AI can help because it can create metaverse content from text descriptions. 3D modeling is normally labor-intensive work. Oh, hell yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Just go to talk to old mate D-Tech, and there's a reason why whenever any sort of factories or competitions in Upland come about, D-Tech's DMs just get blown up by people saying, hey, I've got this really idea for all this stuff. Can you make it for me? And D-Tech guy says to us, guys, what the actual fuck?
We just keep telling D-Tech, learn how to say no. It's a very fast, like, you know what it is? He's very nice. He's very nice. He wants to help everybody. I'm the same way. Like, it's easy to say that, but when you're in the position and like you can help, it's like you want to help, but then it's like he never gets stuff really. He doesn't have the time to do his own stuff, so I feel bad for him.
Yeah, he goes against everything about his personality. Like he's an educator, he's an entertainer. He goes out of his way, literally in real life, to to boost people up, give them a good time, help them out as much as he can within his real life profession. I know that goes against everything in his DNA to turn around and tell people, no, sorry, I can't, because he's got a full-time job, he's got a family. Like me, he's up to his eyeballs in renovations and everything else. So yeah. Interesting. So AI and 3D.
I can't openly threaten him the way I threaten you, Ben.
No.
No, so it's like we're still in that stage where I'm just getting used to.
Yes, you can't twist his nipples just yet. Yes. So this is interesting. Generative AI from text descriptions that could pump out 3D assets. That would be a game changer.
But you still have to know the lingo. You still have to know the dimensions. I feel like you'll have to know a little bit of Blender to do this.
I've had this argument, not really at my work, where I've introduced this whole AI system using ChatGPT to assist with things like report writing. I haven't had it there because my co-workers, my boss, everybody, because I've been able to explain what I'm doing, they kind of get it. It is a tool. You can't say to people, oh, that's unethical. You have a spreadsheet. You should be doing your tax returns on a pen and a piece of paper. It's unethical that you've got a spreadsheet. It's a tool. It's like ChatGPT is a tool. It's like not
you. It's a tool.
Yeah, it's not creating information. It's like an amalgamation of information. Now, there's a lot of people in the wider education space that are saying, "Oh, this is completely immoral. It's disgusting. You're being lazy." Yeah, I mean, it's stupid.
You're 100% correct. It's like the calculator. Like, yeah, sure, it's great you know how to do stuff, but at the same time, once you know how to do that stuff, to have something to make it easier and more efficient is the way to go.
Yes. I mean, it's like telling somebody, go to Midjourney, go to the Midjourney art bot and go and create some amazing art. You can kind of do it just with base prompts, but the real skill you need, as you said, you need to know all of the input prompts. You need to know what to feed into it to get what you want out of it. So, but that's interesting. If they're going to push this for 3D assets and text-based descriptions, that could be a game changer. I haven't heard of that before. I've heard of the system where, there's apps where you can take 30 photos of things, or like what Lieutenant Dan did with some of those rare guns. They would bring them to his house or wherever with security, and he'd use his scanner or whatever and then turn that into, into a digital twin.
Yeah.
But if you can just pump that into AI with the description and it's going to spit it out in, Blender ready form, that's kind of wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. And DTEC's a prime example of that. I can imagine DTEC not thinking, hey, this is going to replace me. I'm imagining DTEC thinking, wow, this is an amazing tool. Yeah. And now I'm going to be able to say yes to some of these other projects. So, yeah, anybody that thinks that, okay, well, I'm going to apply for a factory because now I can use these 3D art bots, it ain't going to be as simple as that. So,
yeah.
Interesting. So, no, I think that's really cool. Let's see what it says. There's a lot of fluff in the middle of this. We'll cut out to that. Enhanced immersion. The key point in the value of generative AI is that automating the creation of interactive content and experiences becomes very easy. That should be in air quotes. For example, making animated films, blah, 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 blah. You can do it in months. Yeah. So, no, I think this is interesting. Adds great value to financial and education sectors. Yeah, it's not just for entertainment. As I said, I've embraced this technology wholeheartedly in my professional space, and it's making a world of difference. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, there you go. Look, digital twins. In terms of application, digital twin is another space with underlying tech similar to the metaverse where generative AI can help. That's exactly what we just touched on.
Yeah.
Needs high resolution rendering and real-time data transfer. Yep, absolutely. So no, I'm very interested to see that. As soon as that becomes available, I'm definitely going to start playing around with that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, I have something else to share. I beat
I got
Diablo
something
4.
to say.
I beat Diablo 4 yesterday. Doesn't matter much to
Devil 4. Oh,
me
Diablo
as
4.
long as it's played. Yeah.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What's up next? Actually,
Uh,
hold that thought because I have a project you might want to dive yourself into for the last article. So hold that thought. All right, Tech Talk, the emergent of industrial metaverse in China.
Tech Talk. Woo. It's like a TED Talk, but Tech Talk.
Yeah, industrial metaverse, a sector that provides fully immersive, real-time, interactive, and synchronous representations of production line services to industries, has the potential to significantly enhance efficiency and lower costs, according to an expert at the World Economic Forum's 14th annual meetings of the New Champions. Yes.
Oh.
What? Is that it? That's the article. Oh.
What?
Well, that's not very interesting.
I mean, it started off strong.
We've talked about this, how it's going to revolutionize things,
Oh, yeah.
VR, AR coupled with, production line efficiency, instruction manuals, all sorts of stuff. So, bummer. I thought that was going to be a good article that was going to go into it. Moving on. Nothing to see here. Two more to touch on. Now, this digital twinning, and it's our favorite thing to cover when companies want to do NFT projects, but they're too scared to use the term NFT cheese. Take it away.
Dior is latest luxury brand to embrace tokenized fashion, but won't say NFT. It's pretty smart though. French fashion house Dior announced a line of men's sneakers with digital twins on Ethereum and an NFC chip-based authentication system. Let me see that
NFC.
shoe.
Non-fungible chocolate.
That is an ugly fucking shoe.
That is an ugly effing shoe. You're right. The shoe, the B33 sneaker was designed, blah, 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 blah. Where's the part where they hate NFTs? Each shoe pair will be linked to what Dior is calling a digital twin. Come on, it's not what Dior is calling. It's what it is. It's an NFT digital twin.
Well, you know what, though? If I didn't know anything about NFTs and someone said a digital twin, that would kind of excite me. Like, I was like, what's an NFT? That sounds hard. I don't like it. Digital twin, that sounds cool.
Yeah, so, no, I guess you're right. Yeah, it's way easier to explain to grandma.
Each shoe, look at the price.
Each shoe pair will cost $1,350. What?
Oh, I wouldn't walk in shoes that expensive that look like shit. Like for that, you could start like with a really decent gaming computer, not a nice one, but a decent one.
It's all economies of scale, I think. So here we go. There's a tweet here. Sneakers alert, introducing B33 sneakers from Kim Jones from the Dior Men Fall 2023 collection. Each pair is equipped with an encrypted key, granting access to a secure platform and exclusive services. That's cool.
All right, so depending on the services will determine if the price is legit. Like my cousin Christopher, he likes stuff like that. I could see him rocking that other shoe that we saw in the beginning. Definitely. Also, it'll give guys like a little bit of height, which they like. What do they say? What kind of services? Exclusive services?
Yeah, we'll have a look in a second. Yeah, you and I have been talking about this for ages, how you're going to be able to, you buy a product, a physical product, you scan it, it's going to give you some kind of digital benefits or in real life benefits and vice versa. You have an NFT that grants you blah, blah, blah.
I just want to know if it's worth that much money.
Shortly after the release of these exclusive NFT match sneakers, Dior will release 6 more styles, blah, 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 but won't come with a digital twin. The NFC chip will be associated with an encrypted key that leads holders to what Dior described as a personalized, secure online platform that offers digital certificates of authenticity for each shoe owner, as well as other dedicated services that have yet to be revealed. Wow, wow, wow.
All right. Well, for that price, there definitely should be other services.
It's good though. I like this because we know that counterfeiting is a huge thing in as far as clothing and
Very
fashion.
true.
And
you know
so
what?
this
I
negates
was
that.
going to ask you that. I was going to say, what the hell do you need a certificate of authenticity? But yeah, you nailed it right there. Like, all right.
Now imagine if there was a way to track mileage. Like the Upland car NFTs are built with they've got mutable and non-mutable kind of data attached with it. So we're going to have damage on your car. Essentially, your NFT is going to become less valuable over time. Like if you've got a 2022 S1R that's never been driven out the showroom, basically, or you've got one that's been raced and bashed in all of the URL events, there's going to be a significant price differentiation there, you would assume. Now, imagine if the shoes were able to track how many steps you'd done or something.
Wow.
Coupled with, your Apple Watch or whatever the hell app you
like there's a device in the soul.
Yeah. That'd be hilarious.
You know what I'm hoping for? I'm hoping the 2022 cars are like those classics later on. If you've never driven them.
Yes.
Like oh my gosh. Oh mama.
Well, I completely stooged myself on that. Like when I was in Japan, I FOMO'd into buying a 2022 S1R and I paid premium price for that. And now you can get a 2023 S1R for about $2,000. Probably cheaper.
I think the 2022 is a better one, personally.
Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm not going to race my 2022. I'm just going to stick it in the museum, basically.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I'll have to wait and see. All right, so the move hit by Dior to embrace blockchain-backed elements is not necessarily a surprise given the recent Web3-related enthusiasm of fashion house's parent company, LVMH. Yeah, I mean, it's all headed this way. They're all going to go that way. And digital authentication for, like, Rolexes, Tag Heuer, like it says there, Louis Vuittons, all of this high-end stuff, it's all headed there. Yeah. And then that tech will eventually flow down to freaking Walmart, It's just going to happen. It's just going to happen. Embrace it or get lost in the dust, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, here's some meat for the potatoes. However, it is notable avoidance of any blockchain-related terminology. The words Web3 and NFT prominently featured in the promotional materials of past blah, 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 orchestrated activations, but thus far not been used by Dior. Yeah, I think you're right. They're smart.
Yeah.
They're not using the buzzwords. They're just putting the tech out there in more mainstream, digestible form.
Yeah.
So, I think it's good.
And I love that digital twin. Like, that sounds so cool.
Yes, twinning.
That
may well be no accident, even as blockchain-related capabilities become increasingly attractive to and mainstream for household brands. The baggage associated with terms like Web3, crypto, and the Metaverse has increasingly become best avoided for many. Yeah, I think it's a smart play.
Yeah, maybe it's like, best kept for the nerds, the who know. And then like the new people coming in, like, hey, do you want a digital twin of your property? Like, that sounds cool.
Absolutely. All right. Last one to touch on. Sickos, as I said, if you've stuck with us this long, congrats to you.
Sickos.
Now, you said, I asked you the question, what are you going to play next? And you were about to kick off. Okay, well, take it away. What are you going to play next? I'll see if I can change your mind.
Ooh. Well, the next best thing that I have to play doesn't come out until about like October, November, if it comes out on time, which is Starfield. I'm a big Bethesda fan, so I do have a bit of an opening for any suggestions.
There you go. Here's an opening. Let's see if we can fill it. EV.io Beginner's Guide. How to earn Solana in this NFT first-person shooter. You're all about first-person shooters, aren't you?
I am.
This free-to-play multiplayer shooter recalls classics like Quake, albeit with NFTs and a play-to-earn twist. Here's how to get started. Take it away.
EV.io is a free-to-play first-person shooter multiplayer browser game that plays like a throwback to classic arena shooters like Quake and Unreal Tournament. It's a simple test of blasting skill. Pew pew. Use your weapons and equipment to frag your foes and come out with the most kills. So it's like a battle arena. While the game is free to play and available to anyone, you can also earn cryptocurrency while playing by purchasing. All right, so it's free to play without getting anything in return. But if you want to collect any cryptocurrency, you would have to purchase one of the game's NFTs minted on the Solana blockchain with an NFT.
That sounds fair enough.
Yeah, with an NFT equipped. EV.io adds a play to earn dynamic, letting you snag some soul by dominating opponents.
All right. I was hoping that was going to bring up information about the NFT, but it's just beginner's guide to NFTs. All right, let's. That's still connecting. We'll let that do its thing.
It sounds interesting. Like I haven't done anything on Solana in a while. Big man. Big man. So I need to get my new glasses. I thought it said Big Mac. Maybe I'm just hungry.
Yes. EV.io is a first-person shooter game with 4 game modes: Deathmatch, Team Deathmatch, Sniper Shotgun, and Survival. Deathmatch and Sniper Shotgun are free for all game modes, with every player fighting for themselves, while Team Deathmatch has more focus on team-based gameplay. Duh! All of these game modes are played online against other users. Well, that's cool. What do you think of the visuals there?
I mean, yeah, it looks cool. I like that they let you play it for free to get a hang of it and see if it's worth actually investing in.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So that's always a big thing for me, like trying it out before you buy.
Yes, before dropping in the game, you can select from 5 weapons, blah, blah, blah. You also have abilities, teleporting, blah, blah, blah. All right. What platform is it on? Currently, EV.io is only available as an in-browser game and is highly accessible for all desktop devices. It uses the Solana blockchain. Do I need NFTs to play? No, you do not need NFTs to play. It is free to play.
Yeah, that's a really awesome
feature
of it.
How does it work? I wonder if it's got a price there.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Note that you can only earn soul in the deathmatch and survival game modes. Furthermore, you need a minimum of 10,000 E to be so that's always the caveat too.
Look at that. Conversion rate, but it is approximately $1 per 2,000 E earned as of this writing.
Well, that's all right. That's so you got to earn $5 before you can pull that out.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. That's actually
reasonable. A lot of these kind of, play to earn things. It's more like 500, and you got to grind it out for years basically, and it gets rugged before anybody ever pulls it out. Although I know a lot of the mobile games are very ruggy like that.
Yeah, I'm still playing that Veggie Tales.
This is still loading for me. That's how shitty my laptop is. Loading assets. All right. I'm not going to try and bother. If you want to check that out, check it out yourself. I was hoping to see the prices of those NFTs. It's an easy play game. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. All right. Well, maybe a bit of homework for you there and see if you can get an idea of what the prices are. I might look into that. Here we go. I wonder if I'll just scan this quickly, see if it has prices. The NFT started about 2 Sol, or about $41 on the secondary marketplace. I don't know when this article was.
Oh, because they already minted out. So you would have to find another, wait for another drop if you want to mint it. So secondary, secondary is not bad, but still.
Yeah, but the good point is, like you said, you can try it out yourself. If it's something you want to dive into, then you take that next step. So that's pretty cool.
Do you want to see where I am in my veggie farms?
Sure, bring it up. Give us an update.
All right. Let's see. All right. You see this?
It's trying. Yes.
All right. So we'll play. So basically, I am level 25. I've been playing this now for a while. I got my energy up to 6. I got all these properties here now, and I even have this area right there. All I've been doing really is harvesting and planting sunflowers because at the moment they are the top earners. They also have, I'll show you. Well, not right now, mushroom, but they have this little fun game over here that you could play for extra money. And then, wait, let me go over here. Sell my sunflowers.
Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching.
So I think I have to go up to 35 to make that. Here's the bank. So I've taken out of here already 2 Matic since I've started playing.
That's cool.
So
remember when we covered this project, it was you had to get to a certain point before you could start taking out. Yeah.
Oh, it's not very high. I think you have to be. Oh, that's so small. Withdrawal amount is 0.33 Matic. And if I withdrew right now, I would be able to do 0.817 Matic.
Nice.
Yeah, and then they have a PvP section. So if I take us over to the next area, I was able to make 2 warriors. Look at these guys. And then what is this? This is where I can make gear, but I don't know, like you need a mine to do it. An ori, I don't know how to do that. Yeah, it is a forge that's the forge, but I don't know how to make a forge. So yeah, I have to get all of these going. And then this is the PvP area. No veggie nights. I need a veggie night in order to be able to do it. So I have to actually get a veggie night to lead these guys.
Nice. Well, that's cool. You still playing it?
Oh yeah, free Matic. What? And I only have to really go on once a day to get my sunflowers and play, you know, the little mind games. So why not?
Cool. All right. On that note, I think we're ready. I think we fucked around enough.
Yeah. Oh my God. We fucked around and then you found out.
You found out about a bunch of random shit.
A bunch of random shit. Some of you like, some of you hate. Either way, it's a show. And you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, stay fresh, you cheesy freaking bags.
Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Talk wine and cheese, motherfucker. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Go ahead, get your pinky up. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off your ride. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on the dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife. Flying through the sky, Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on a dingo, flying through the sky. Cheese in the house, get off the ride. Hit you with the hairbrush, hit you with the knife. Eagle Empire, samurai, riding on a dingo, flying through the sky. Hit you with the knife, flying through the sky. Time for wine and cheese. Wine and cheese. Time for wine and cheese. Wine and cheese. Wine and cheese. Wine and cheese. Time for wine and cheese. Wine and cheese. Time for wine and cheese.
Are you looking for some of that quality outdoor decor? But you got no freaking idea where to go? Oh, come on over to Samurai Aquatics and Decor for all your outdoor decor needs. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do ya? Yeah, just delete that. I'm still not ready, sorry. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do ya? Or maybe some kind of crappy ramshackle building that, I don't know, needs a bit of extra spunk to it or something. And stop mucking about and get yourself over to Samurai Aquatics Discord to see all our available stock. We've got loads of different decor to spend your pretend money on. We got saunas to fire you up and ice baths to chew you the fudge out. Literally stock coming out of our ears. Grills, swings, seating and more. So much more. And if we don't got it, give us a buzz and we could probably make it. Get yourself on over to Samurai Aquatics at 30 Aqua Vista Way in Midtown Terrace, San Francisco, lickety split, and gorge yourself on outdoor decor.